Good morning, everyone. In the previous class, we have discussed about different thermodynamic equations, different thermodynamic terms which are involved in IC engine. Now, today we are going to see the different working cycles which are used in IC engines, like the working cycle for petrol engine, working cycle for diesel engine. So first, we are going to see the working cycle for petrol engine, that is Otto cycle. So Otto cycle is the working cycle. It is the working cycle. It is the working cycle for for petrol engine, for petrol engine or SI engine. Petrol engine is also known as SI engine. Okay. So we are going to show this Otto cycle on PV diagram and TS diagram. Okay. So we are going to draw a graph, a graphical representation on XY coordinate. X coordinate is represented by pressure and Y coordinate is represented by volume. Okay. So first of all, I am going to draw the basic. I am going to draw the basic structure of the IC engine. Okay. So this is the basic structure of IC engine. We have seen that earlier. This is the engine cylinder. Okay. This engine cylinder is in horizontal position. Okay. You can put it in horizontal position, either put it in vertical position. Okay. We have studied that in classification also. On the basis of position, there are different types of engines are there: vertical cylinder engine, horizontal cylinder engine. Okay. So now up to till now we have studied the vertical structure. Till now we have studied the structure like this, the vertical structure. Here is the inlet valve, here is the outlet valve, spark plug, piston. So this is the vertical structure. Okay. So this structure we can make in horizontal position also. All things remain same. Okay. But this structure is rotate by 90 degree. Okay. This structure will rotate by 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So we get this structure in horizontal position. Okay. All things remain same. So here also, here there will be an inlet valve, here there will be an outlet valve. Okay. Here there will be a spark plug. Okay. And here it is the piston at TDC, piston at TDC. Okay. And here it is a piston at BDC, piston at BDC. So here piston is at TDC, here piston is at BDC. Okay. So piston moves from TDC to BDC or BDC to TDC in different strokes of the cycle. Okay. So by using this structure, okay, by using this working principle, we can draw the Otto cycle on PV diagram. Okay. Pressure versus volume axis diagram. So I am drawing here PV diagram. Okay. Okay. This is the pressure axis. PV diagram we also make with this basic structure, with the help of this basic structure. Okay. So this is the pressure axis, and below this is the horizontal axis. This is horizontal axis is represented by volume. Okay. So on the vertical axis, on the y axis we are representing pressure, and on the x axis we are representing volume. This is the PV diagram. Okay. PV diagram. PV diagram for Otto cycle. Okay. Now, on this PV diagram, this is the TDC position. Okay, as I said, piston is at TDC. So, corresponding to this position, I am going to draw a line. This is this line. This line represents TDC position. This line represents TDC position of the piston. Okay, and from the BDC position, if we draw a line corresponding to the BDC position, so this line represents BDC position of the piston. Okay, and piston is moving from TDC to BDC or BDC to TDC, means piston is traveling between these two lines. Piston is traveling between these two lines. Okay, so all the working processes will take place between these two lines. All the working process will take place between these two lines only. Okay, so what is this is the empty space on the PV diagram. This is the empty space because all the process happening between TDC to BDC, means between these two lines. So this, what is this empty space? So if you go to the basic structure, you know this space is nothing but clearance volume. Okay, the remaining space above TDC position is known as clearance volume, na? So this space is nothing but clearance volume. So if this is clearance volume, means on the volume axis we can say that this is also clearance volume, VC. Okay, and here from TDC to BDC, this volume is represented by stroke volume Vs. This is what? Stroke volume or swept volume or suction volume Vs. So this volume is also, this volume can also be represented by on volume axis. Okay, so here on volume axis between TDC line and BDC line, the volume will be Vs, stroke volume. Okay, now we also know that this is the total volume. Okay, in the previous class I have told you about the compression ratio. So compression ratio R equal to V1 by V2. Okay, we have studied that in the previous class. So what is V1? V1 is the starting volume of compression stroke. Okay, so starting at the starting of compression, piston will be at BDC. So V1 is the total volume of up to the BDC position, from cylinder head up to the BDC position. The total volume is known as V1. Okay, and V2 is the volume for the final position of the compression stroke. Okay, so final position of the compression stroke is at TDC. So V2 is the volume up to TDC. Okay, that's why we said that VC should be equal to V2. Okay, so VC should be equal to V2. Okay, in the previous class we have seen that, and this is the total volume. This total volume V1 can also be represented on the volume axis. So this is the total volume V1. Okay, now we will see how we can draw the PV diagram for Otto cycle using this working cycle. Okay. So how this system works, we have understand that in the previous class. Okay. So if you remember, what is the first stroke? In the first stroke, the piston will be in the initial position. Okay. So in the initial position, piston will be at TDC. So okay. In the initial position of the working of this system, the piston will be at TDC. So this is the initial position. This is the initial position. So we have to make the initial point on this line only, on TDC line only. Okay. So we will take the initial point on this line anywhere. Okay. So I am taking a point here, taking a point here. This is the initial point, and in initial point I am representing this initial point by 0. So 0 is the initial point, starting point. Okay. Okay. We cannot take this initial point on the volume axis. Okay. Because we cannot take the value of pressure 0 in the starting. Okay. We are assuming that in the starting, in the initial position, the pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Pressure inside the cylinder is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay. So we have to put some value of the pressure. There should be a positive value of pressure. Okay. So positive value, there should be a positive value of pressure. So I am keeping this point slightly above the volume axis. Okay. So this point shows some positive value of pressure which is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay. So in the initial position, in the starting position, we are here at TDC. We are here at point 0. Okay. Now in the first stroke, piston goes from TDC to BDC. In the first stroke, piston goes from TDC to BDC and inlet valve opens and suction of air fuel mixture takes place. Suction of air fuel mixture takes place. Okay. So what is happening here? Piston is moving from TDC to BDC. Means now we have to move from this line. This is the TDC line. From this line to this line. Okay. TDC to BDC. Okay. And when this piston is moving from TDC to BDC, air fuel mixture from outside the cylinder comes inside the engine cylinder. Okay. And when this air fuel mixture comes inside the engine cylinder, pressure remains constant. Okay, because in the starting I have said you that the pressure inside the engine cylinder is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, the pressure inside the engine cylinder is equal to the atmospheric pressure, and the pressure outside air fuel mixture, have also the pressure equal to the atmospheric pressure. So when this air fuel mixture comes inside the engine cylinder, pressure will remain constant. So when piston moves from TDC to BDC and fresh air fuel mixture comes inside the engine cylinder, so during this suction process, pressure remains constant. Okay. Means when suction is happening, when suction stroke takes place, pressure remains constant. Okay. So this is suction process. This suction process is we can say that suction process is a constant pressure process. Suction process is a constant pressure process. So on the pressure axis, how we can represent constant pressure process? It should be represented by a horizontal line because pressure is constant. Everywhere pressure is constant. So we have to move from this line, TDC line, to BDC line, but in a constant pressure manner. Okay, means we have to move in a horizontal line. Okay, so we are going from TDC to BDC, but in a horizontal direction because pressure is constant. Okay, now we have moved from 0 to, say it is 0.1. We have moved from 0 to 1 and we are moving from TDC to DDC. So direction is like this. Okay. Arrow is very important. Arrow shows the direction. Okay. So we are moving from 0 to 1 and suction strokes completed. After the end of suction stroke, piston will be at BDC. So we are at 0.1. Here the suction stroke completed and fresh air fuel mixture comes inside the engine cylinder at constant pressure. Okay. So from 0 to 1 at any point, if you take any point, pressure will remain same. Okay, pressure is represented by this point. Okay, this is the value of pressure. So at any point of this line, pressure will remain same. So this is the constant pressure suction process completed. Okay, so suction stroke completed, and we are now at point 1. Okay, means at BDC. Now after the suction stroke completed, fresh air fuel mixture is inside the engine cylinder. Now second stroke will be compression stroke. Okay, and in compression stroke we move from BDC, we move from BDC to TDC. Okay, piston will go in upward direction. Okay, in the vertical position we have studied that in compression stroke piston will go in upward direction. So here piston will go in left side in upward direction, and when piston will go from BDC to TDC, the fresh air fuel mixture inside the cylinder will compress. Okay, so now we are moving from BDC to TDC. We are moving from BDC to TDC, and compression of the fresh air fuel mixture takes place. Okay, but what is the process? What is the process of compression? As we have said earlier, the process of suction is constant pressure process. So there should be a process of compression also, na? What is the process of compression? Okay, so you have studied this in second year also. Compression process and expansion process are always adiabatic process. Okay, in every thermodynamic system, in every thermodynamic working cycle, compression and expansion will always be a adiabatic process. Okay, not only adiabatic, reversible adiabatic process. Okay, every process should be a reversible adiabatic process. Okay, you have studied that in second year. So here we are moving from BDC to TDC in an adiabatic manner. In an adiabatic manner. So compression is happening here. We have to move. Now we have to move from this line, BDC line. We are going from BDC to TDC, means we have to move from this BDC line, means from point 1, from this BDC line to TDC line. Okay, but through adiabatic process. Adiabatic process. Okay, and you have studied in second year how to draw the adiabatic process. Adiabatic process is drawn by a curve, not by a line. Okay, so I am moving from BDC to TDC for compression stroke, but through adiabatic process, which is a curve. So now I am moving for compression stroke. Compression is happening here. Okay, now I have moved to TDC position and compression stroke completed. This process is adiabatic process. This curve shows adiabatic compression. Okay, so now we are moving from this line, BDC line to TDC line. So arrow should be in this direction. We are moving from right to left. Okay, now let us assume we have reached at to point 2. Okay, we have reached this point 2. Okay, here reversible adiabatic compression is completed. Okay, and now we are at TDC. When reversible adiabatic compression stroke completed, okay, so here now this air fuel mixture is highly compressed, and in this highly compressed air fuel mixture, sparking happens. Sparking takes place. Due to this sparking, explosion takes place. A lot of energy waves produces. A high pressure is produces. Okay, so this process of combustion of fuel, okay, this process of combustion of fuel takes place at constant volume. Why at constant volume? Because piston is at TDC, and when sparking takes place, piston does not move from its position. Piston remains at TDC. Okay, while combustion of fuel takes place, piston remains at TDC. Piston does not move. Okay, so now in this process of heat addition, actually this is the process of heat addition, because combustion of fuel takes place, so lot of heat energy is generated. Okay, so generation of heat energy means heat is added to the system. Heat is added to the system. That's why this process is known as heat addition process. And during this process, piston remains at TDC position. Okay, piston does not move from this position. Okay, so heat addition process takes place at constant volume. Piston is not moving from this position, means volume is not changing. Volume remain this, constant volume remain this during all combustion process. Okay, so this time we need not to move from TDC to BDC. Okay, because piston is not moving. So we have to remain on this line only, on TDC position only. Okay, we have to remain on this line only. Okay, because piston is not moving from this line. Okay, so during this process, that is heat addition process, piston remains at this position of TDC. Okay, so we have to draw a straight line, straight vertical line. Okay, and now we have reached at point 3. So from 2 to 3, it is heat addition process. Okay, and as piston is not moving from this position, so this process is a constant volume process. Okay, you can see that on the volume axis it is a vertical line. Every point on this line will be at constant volume. So this process from 2 to 3 is a constant volume process. Okay, so we can say that from 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition process. Okay, now after heat addition, means after the combustion of fuel, expansion of gases takes place. Okay, the high energy waves produces, which pushes piston to move towards BDC. Okay, and expansion of gases takes place. Now again piston move from TDC to BDC. Okay, TDC to BDC, and expansion of the gases takes place. Now again we have to move from this line, TDC line, to BDC line. Okay, but again this is expansion process. Okay, and I have said you that expansion and compression will always be a adiabatic process. Okay, so we have to move from this line, TDC line, to BDC line, but in adiabatic manner. Okay, so adiabatic manner means through a curve. Okay, so now I am moving from this line TDC to BDC for expansion process, but through a curve, that is adiabatic process. Okay, so we have moved from position 3 to position, let us assume this is position 4.4. Okay, and we are moving from TDC to BDC, so arrow should be like this. Okay, now expansion process is completed, or expansion stroke is completed, which is also known as power stroke, because in this stroke we will get the power from the system. Okay, these things I have explained you earlier. Okay, so now we are at position at point 4 and expansion stroke is completed. Now expansion stroke is completed and all the exhaust gases which are present here are cooled down. Okay, all the exhaust gases which are present after expansion stroke are at very high temperature. Okay, so we need to cool all these exhaust gases with the help of water jacket, which are around the engine cylinder. Okay, we have studied that in previous lectures. Okay, so now all the exhaust gases will be cooled down. Cool downs means these gases reject their heat outside the engine. What is the meaning of cool down? Means these exhaust gases will reject their heat outside to the cylinder. Okay, then only these gases can be cooled down, na? Okay, so now when all these exhaust gases are cooling down, they are transferring their heat outside the cylinder. At this time again piston remains at BDC. Piston will not move. Okay, okay, piston remains at this position at BDC. Okay, so during this heat rejection process, this is cooling down process, piston remains at BDC, means again we need not to move from BDC to TDC. Okay, we have to remain this line on this BDC line. Okay, and this process is known as heat rejection process. Okay, So heat reaction will take place from 4 to 1, but we have to remain on this line only. So from 4 to 1 constant. So again this is the vertical line on volume axis. Piston is not moving from this position, so again volume will remain constant. So this process from 4 to 1 is known as constant volume heat rejection process. From 4 to 1, this process is known as constant volume heat rejection process. Okay. Now, when these exhaust gases cool down, now we have to send all these exhaust gases outside the system. So next stroke is, last stroke is exhaust stroke. Again in exhaust stroke, piston moves from BDC to TDC. Piston moves from BDC to TDC and push all these gases to go outside through outlet valve. Okay, so piston moves from BDC to TDC. So again we have to move from this line, BDC line to TDC line. Okay, in this direction. Okay, but this process, while this process is happening, while all these exhaust gases are going outside, again pressure remains constant. Again pressure remains constant. This process of exhaust takes place at constant pressure. Okay, the pressure of this exhaust gases will be equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so again we have to go from BDC to TDC, from this line to this line, but at constant pressure. So again from we have to go from 1 to 0. Okay, in this line only, because again this process is a constant pressure process. Okay, remember this starting process from 0 to 1 is a constant pressure process, the suction process. Okay, so the last process is also a constant pressure process. So line will come on this line only. We have to draw a line above this 1 to 0. But this will become confusing because both the lines are same. So I am drawing here, little bit below, I am drawing here. This is process, this is exhaust stroke from 1 to 0. Okay, and now we are moving from BDC to TDC. So arrow should be like this. Arrow should be like this. Okay, so this is the last stroke, exhaust stroke at constant pressure. So we have come to the initial point, that is point 0. Again this cycle will repeat itself and we will get work from the system. Okay, so this is the Otto cycle on PV diagram. Okay, now if I ask you how many processes are there, if I ask you how many processes are there in this cycle, so what will be the answer? We can see from this diagram only. Okay, count from this diagram na. 0 to 1 is one process, this is one process. 1 to 2, this is second process. 2 to 3, this is third process. 3 to 4, this is fourth process. 4 to 1, this is fifth process. And the last process 1 to 0, this is sixth process. So total there are 6 processes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this engine is known as 4-stroke engine. Strokes are only 4, but processes are 6. How this is happening? Okay, processes are 6, but strokes are only 4. Okay, how this is happening? So why this is happening? See here, I have told you earlier that what is stroke? When piston moves from TDC to BDC or BDC to TDC, then only we can say this is a stroke. Okay, means for a stroke, piston must move from its position. Okay, piston must move from TDC to BDC, either from TDC to BDC or from BDC to TDC. Then only we can say this is one stroke. Okay, so here are 6 processes, but in 2 processes piston is not moving. Okay, in the first process from 0 to 1, in the first process piston is moving. We can see here piston is moving from BDC to TDC. So this is the stroke. because piston is moving from BDC to TDC. We can see that. See here. Now in second process, from 1 to 2, again piston is moving from BDC to TDC, from this position to this position. So this is also a stroke. But from 2 to 3, in heat addition process, each piston is moving. Piston is not moving here. Piston remains at TDC. This is a constant volume process. Piston remains in its position during this process from 2 to 3. So piston is not moving here. We cannot say that 2 to 3 is a stroke. This process is not a stroke. This is only a process. Okay. So we cannot say this is a stroke because piston is not moving from TDC to BDC. Piston remains at TDC. Okay. So this is not a stroke. Again, from 3 to 4 during expansion process, again piston is moving from TDC to BDC. Piston is moving here. So this is a stroke. Okay. But from 4 to 1 during heat rejection process, again piston is not moving. This is a vertical line. Piston remains at its position on BDC. Okay. This is a constant volume process. Piston is not moving here. It remains in its position from 4 to 1. So this is not a stroke. Okay. When piston moves from its position, then only we can say that this is a stroke. If piston is not moving, then no stroke is happening. Okay. So this is not a stroke. Again in the last process from 1 to 0, in exhaust process again piston is moving from BDC to TDC. We are coming from 1 to 0. So again piston is moving, so this is a stroke. So we can say that in all these 6 processes, 2 processes are not a stroke. 2 processes are not a stroke. So how many stroke remains? Only 4 stroke remains. Huh? That's why this engine is known as 4 stroke engine. Okay. So in 4 stroke engine there are 6 processes, but only 4 strokes are there. Okay. Now we can write all these processes from 0 to 1. Process 0 to 1. Process 0 to 1. Process 0 to 1. What is 0 to 1? 0 to 1 is constant pressure suction. Constant pressure suction. Constant pressure suction. Suction is stroke. It is a stroke. Okay, this process is a stroke. So constant pressure suction is stroke. From process 1 to 2, it is reversible adiabatic compression. I told you that it is a adiabatic process. From 1 to 2, it is reversible adiabatic compression. Reversible adiabatic, or reversible adiabatic is also known as isentropic process. Okay, you have studied that in second year. Okay, reversible adiabatic is also known as or isentropic. Reversible adiabatic or isentropic compression stroke. Again it is a stroke. Okay. Now process 2 to 3. What is process 2 to 3? Process 2 to 3 is, this is heat addition process which takes place at constant volume. Volume is constant. So we can say that this is constant volume heat addition. Now this is not a stroke. Okay. Now this is not a stroke. It is only a process. Okay. So from 2 to 3, it is not a stroke. So we cannot write it as a stroke. Okay. So this is constant volume heat addition process, not a stroke. This is process, only a process. Okay. From 3 to 4, process 3 to 4. Process 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is expansion process, which is again reversible adiabatic. So we can say that reversible adiabatic. You cannot only write adiabatic. Okay, reversible is mandatory. Okay, reversible adiabatic or or isentropic expansion process. Okay, from process 4 to 1, again process 4 to 1 is heat rejection process. Cooling of exhaust gases takes place, but this process takes place at constant volume, so it is a constant volume heat rejection process. Constant volume heat rejection. Okay, again from 4 to 1, piston is not moving, it is not a stroke, it is only a process, so we have to say constant volume heat rejection process. Okay, this is a stroke, expansion is a stroke. From 3 to 4 it is a stroke, so we can write stroke here, stroke. Okay, now last from 1 to 0, 6 process. From 1 to 0, 1 to 0 is exhaust process, it is also a stroke because we are moving from BDC to TDC. Okay, so this is again happening at constant pressure, so constant pressure exhaust process. Okay, so this is all the 6 processes which are taking place during ideal Otto cycle. Okay, so this is all for the Otto cycle. So this is all for the today. In the next class we are going to see the derivation for the expression of the efficiency of this cycle. Okay, so in the next class we are going to see the expression for the efficiency of Otto cycle, and also we will discuss about diesel cycle. Okay, thank you.